past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Hard Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted,
and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet uncovered.
This is more than just murder. He's like Cupid with a kink.
All right, we have another slasher type movie, Heart Eyes. And okay. All right, so this movie, it's made by the same producers as the past couple Scream movies. And when I saw the trailer for this, I thought, okay, this is kind of like reminding me of like something like My Bloody Valentine or Valentine. Ugh. And with a Scream-esque level to it. And that's kind of what this is. It's kind of like if Scream was kind of like a Valentine type movie, but didn't play like a lot of the slasher stuff that, you know, Scream makes fun of. But with this movie, you have this girl who doesn't care about, you know, Valentine's Day. Like, honestly, feels like a day that Hallmark just made up just to sell cards, but, you know, what do I know? But she then meets this guy who's working in her company, and she's pretty much on the line to get fired. And so they decide to work together to help fix a presentation. But along the way, a slasher called the Heart Eyes Killer shows up and stalks couples and thinks that they're a couple. So now they are trying to survive. So yeah, this has Scream all over it. It helps that there's a lot of same people, like a lot of same producers. You have, I forget his name, but he's in Scream 5 and 6. It feels very much like the same essence, I would say. And it is also pretty gory. And I was surprised on how gory it was, because I was thinking like this is going to be something very like 90s, where yeah, it's not going to be very hack slash. It's going to be very off screen, very off camera kind of thing, but they don't. It's actually really in your face. I was like, oh, okay. That was kind of cool. I liked the gore with that. And I think the idea of the Hard Eyes Killer is cool. You know, you're kind of bringing it back to like classic slashers, but it doesn't really help that the characters kind of meh for a while. It's not really until like the third act where they kind of fix themselves and become better. So the whole time, like, I just don't really care about any of these people. And if you've seen Scream 5 and 6, the killer or killers in those, I guessed from kind of a mile away, this one is kind of the same, where I'm like, yep, I kind of thought it was this person or this person, or I kind of thought it was this person and this person. Not gonna say if there's one killer or multiple. You just have to watch the movie. But it was kind of one of those, like, I kind of guessed this from a mile away. And the reveal is like a little stupid. But I think that's what they're honestly going for. And the reason why, the motivation of the killer or killers is very like, really? That's the reason. It's like that. You really? Okay, whatever. So those two things, the characters and the reveal, very much brought the movie down. If the reveal was a little bit better and if the characters weren't as to me, this would get a higher grade. But I do think this was a silly yet dumb, fun movie. And honestly, I think that's all it cared about. I think that's all it cared about. It wasn't trying to be, something like Scream, where they were being over the top because they were making fun of all these movies. This one, it's just they wanted to be over the top with that kind of that Scream feel to it. It also felt like movies like Scream, like Silence of the Lambs, and even Urban Legend, and they're pulling a lot from them, and they said, hey, let's pull a lot from those movies and put this, like, it's almost like they saw Valentine and went, let's make this again, but over the top and not serious. And it worked for the most part. While I don't see myself watching this again, I do think that, slasher fans would like this. Specific audience of horror fans, I think, would like this. So yeah, if you like your Scream movies, or even maybe something like Terrifier, but Terrifier, to me, there is no story, and it's just grindhouse the whole way through. This has a story, while it's very muddled and kind of not. The story doesn't really serve the purpose of this. You just kind of are there to watch people get axed off in pretty gory ways, which is cool. But, this has a lot more story than something like Terrifier does. So if you're looking for something more like Scream-esque, then I would say watch this. I think you would have a good time watching it. It worked. It worked as a dumb, fun popcorn movie. And I think if you go into it in that kind of headspace, I think you'll get something out of this. Now, would I watch this again? It probably wouldn't be on my radar. I would be like, yeah, sure, I'll watch it, but I wouldn't like flock out or rush to watch this again, because I'm like, I would rather pick these other slasher type movies. Like, hell, I would rather watch like Scream or My Bloody Valentine again. I'd rather watch those again than this. Now, if I was given a choice between watching this or Valentine, I would watch this because that movie is just chock full of problems. But this was something where it's like, I think it was trying to take it back to like the 90s slasher films where they weren't too serious and they were kind of being over the top and, fun. And, I think, like I said, if you go into this with that type of mind frame, I think you would get something out of this. So for me personally, I give this about an average. If the characters and the reveal and a little bit of the writing was a little bit better, this would get a higher grade. But for me personally, it's just right in the middle where I'm like, it was fun for the most part, but would I watch this again? No, it wouldn't be on my watch list to like watch again, unless somebody came up to me and gave me like two choices and I didn't like the other choice, then I would pick this one. But I think, and I believe they're doing another one. So, do I think this is going to be a series? Well, we'll see. But, if you want to watch a fun, dumb popcorn movie, especially if you want to watch like a horror movie on Valentine's Day, watch this one. I think it would be a lot of fun.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Get killed, all right?
What was...
Why would he say that?